Good morning and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Clear Light Community Song of the Morning, Whispers of Om, chanting and meditation. Every Thursday we try to be here at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and we are under the auspices of Song of the Morning and Clear Light Community here in Vanderbilt, Michigan, and we do the traditional chants of Paramahansa Yogananda from his Cosmic Chants and other traditional Indian chants. And at 1:30 we will have a audio of Yogacharya J. Oliver Black, who was a Self-Realization Fellowship minister in Detroit for many years and was, in fact, a Kriya initiator until he passed away in 1989, and had already founded Song of the Morning Ranch, a yoga retreat consisting of 800 acres of prime wilderness land situated in the middle of the Pigeon River Forest here in northern Michigan. A beautiful place. We encourage you to come visit and say hello to us sometime. So thank you. We will begin our chanting after we have an opening prayer.
O Mother Divine, we lay at thy feet all the new-grown, fresh-cut flowers of our eager devotion. Place thine omnipresence on the altar of our united hearts. Be thou the only love of our souls. Ignite our earthliness with the flame of infinity. With the touch of our devotion, set ablaze our dark indifference, our restlessness, and our ignorance. Inflame our minds with thy thoughts. Inflame our hearts with thy love. Inflame our souls with thy joy.
Sri Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakayeshu Sarvadam Ganapataye Namaha. Hara Hara Mahadeva Shambho Kashi Vishwanatha Gange Hara Mahadeva Shambho Kashi Vishwanatha Gange Hara Mahadeva Shambho Shambho Kashi Vishwanatha Gange Hara Hara Mahadeva Shambho Kashi Vishwanatha Gange Hara Hara Mahadeva Shambho Kashi Vishwanatha Gange Hara Hara Mahadeva Shambho Kashi Vishwanath Gange. Har Har Mahadeva Shambho. Har Har Mahadeva Shambho Kashi Vishwanath Gange. Kashi Vishwanath Gange. Har Har Mahadeva Shambho Kashi Vishwanath Gange. Har Har Mahadeva Shambho Kashi Vishwanath Gange. Har Har Mahadeva Shambho. Har Har Mahadeva Shambho Kashi Vishwanath Gange. Kashi Vishwanath Gange. Har Har Mahadeva Shambho Kashi Vishwanath Gange. Wink has not touched my eyes ever since I saw thee. Wink has not touched my eyes ever since I saw thee. Without thee, my breath does not want to flow. My breath does not want to flow. Wink has not touched my eyes ever since I saw thee. Wink has not touched my eyes since I saw thee. Thou didst say thou wouldst come, but thou hast not come. Thou didst say thou wouldst come, but thou hast not come. Restless is my soul day and night. Restless is my soul day and night. Wink has not touched my eyes since I saw thee. Wink has not touched my eyes since I saw thee. Without thee, my breath does not want to flow. Without thee, my breath does not want to flow. Wink has not touched my eyes since I saw thee. Wink has not touched my eyes since I saw thee. Thou didst say thou wouldst come, but thou hast not come. Thou didst say thou wouldst come, but thou hast not come. Restless is my soul day and night. Restless is my soul day and night. Wink has not touched my eyes since I saw thee. Wink has not touched my eyes since I saw thee. Without thee, my breath does not want to flow. Without thee, my breath does not want to flow. Wink has not touched my eyes since I saw thee. Wink has not touched my eyes since I saw thee. Thou didst say thou wouldst come, but thou hast not come. Say thou wouldst come, but thou hast not come. Restless is my soul day and night. Restless is my soul day and night. Wink has not touched my eyes ever since I saw thee. Wink has not touched my eyes ever since I saw thee. Without thee, my breath does not want to flow. Without thee, my breath does not want to flow. I saw thee. Wink has not touched my eyes ever since I saw thee. Thou didst say thou wouldst come, but thou hast not come. Thou didst say thou wouldst come, but thou hast not come. Restless is my soul day and night. 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 Wink has not touched my eyes since I saw thee. Wink has not touched my eyes since I saw thee. Wink has not touched my eyes since I saw thee. Wink has not touched my eyes since I saw thee. Om Guru, Satchidananda Guru, Om Guru, Satchidananda Guru, Om Guru, Satchidananda Guru, Om Guru, Satchidananda Guru, Satchidananda Guru, Yogananda Satguru. Satchidananda Guru, Yogananda Satguru. Om Guru, Satchidananda Guru. Om Guru, Satchidananda Guru. Satchidananda Guru, Yogananda Satguru. Satchidananda Guru, Yogananda Satguru. Om Guru, Satchidananda Guru. Om Guru, Satchidananda Guru. Om Guru, Satchidananda Guru. Om Guru, Satchidananda Guru. Satchidananda Guru, Yogananda Satguru. Satchidananda Guru, Yogananda Satguru. Om Guru, Satchidananda Guru. Om Guru, Satchidananda Guru. Satchidananda Guru, Yogananda Satguru.
altar of silence, we lay the flowers of our devotion, O Lord of silence. He who humbly twinkles through the stars, breathes through our breath, circulates through our blood, talks through our hearts. It's the same Spirit who is the light of lights. He is ours. To him we give our utmost devotion.
I have been roaming, I have been roaming, forsaken by thee, who has seen me groping, the ever answering. I have been roaming, roaming, I have been roaming, roaming, bursting all boundaries of heart, evermore moving towards thee, thy vast and throbbing heart. Endless incarnations I have called out for thy name. Endless incarnations I have called out for thy name. Searching by the streamlets of all my soul's dreams. Searching by the streamlets of all my soul's dreams. I have been roaming, I have been roaming, forsaken by thee, who has seen me groping, the ever answering. I have been roaming, roaming, I have been roaming, roaming, bursting all boundaries of heart, evermore moving towards thee, thy vast and loving heart. Endless incarnations I have called out for thy name. Endless incarnations I have called out for thy name. Searching by the streamlets of all my soul's dreams. Searching by the streamlets of all my soul's dreams. I've been roaming, I've been roaming, forsaken by thee, who has seen me groping, the ever answering. I've been roaming, roaming, I have been roaming, roaming, bursting all boundaries of heart, evermore moving towards thee, thy vast and loving heart. Endless incarnations I have called out for thy name. Endless incarnations I have called out for thy name. Searching by the streamlets of all my soul dreams. Searching by the streamlets of all my soul dreams. I've been roaming, I've been roaming, forsaken by thee, who has seen me groping, the ever answering. Govinda Krishna, Gopala Krishna. 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 Radha Radha Hare Hare. Radha Krishna Hare Hare. Radha Krishna Hare Hare. Radha Krishna Hare Hare. Govinda Krishna, Gopala Krishna. Govinda Krishna, Gopala Krishna. Govinda Krishna, Gopala Krishna. Radha Krishna Hare Hare. Radha Krishna Hare Hare. Radha Krishna Hare Hare. Govinda Krishna, Gopala Krishna. 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 Radha Krishna Hare Hare. Radha Krishna Hare Hare. Radha Krishna Hare Hare. Govinda Krishna, Gopala Krishna. 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 Radha Krishna Hare Hare. Radha Krishna Hare Hare. Radha Krishna Hare Hare. Who is in my temple? Who is in my temple? All the doors to open themselves, all the lights to light themselves, all the doors to open themselves, all the lights to light themselves. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Who is in my temple? Who is in my temple? All the doors to open themselves, all the lights to light themselves, all the doors to open themselves, all the lights to light themselves. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Who is in my temple? Who is in my temple? All the doors to open themselves, all the lights to light themselves, all the doors to open themselves, all the lights to light themselves. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Darkness like a dark bird flies away, oh flies away. Now we will lead into meditation with the audio meditation lead in from Yogacharya J. Oliver Black from the 1960s, and then we'll have a period of silence, and we will end with a chant, a prayer and a chant at the end. I think this audio is about 12 minutes long, and then we'll have 10 minutes of silence after that.
As we get ready for our morning's meditation, devotional meditation, let us all practice what yoga teaches. And the first thing that yoga teaches is posture. And posture is necessary because when you have the right posture, you develop the right attitude. If you walk all bent over and slovenly, you have an attitude accordingly. You don't have a good attitude. But if you straighten up and take the proper walking posture, and then you'll feel a whole new attitude toward everything, toward the world and everything. Your attitude of mind changes, and you become vigorous and active, and you are filled with life force some way or other. So it is when you practice meditation. If you take, at what time should one make the proper approach or take the proper attitude or posture, we'll say, than when he expects to realize the presence of God. That's the most important thing he has ahead of him anyway. So if you do it, your back all bent down and bowed backwards, and how are you going to realize God that way? You can't get the attitude. Now if you sit up rightly with your spine straight and your shoulder blades together, leaning forward for balance and sitting with your chin level. And then you've developed an attitude. Your posture caused you to develop an attitude. Now, doesn't it seem more likely that if you're trying to break through the darkness of closed eyes, and that is the goal of our seeking, is just behind the darkness of closed eyes, and we should, when we practice meditation, we are coming to face with the infinite consciousness. And that's the most important thing that we'll ever do. So yoga teaches that we should make that preparation by beginning with a body posture. And then you will note that you breathe better, you will be able to breathe deeply in the body. You into the abdominal area, and when you learn how to breathe like yogis do, well, then you'll live longer than you will if you just breathe like a rabbit or a lamb, throat breathers. The yogi, his posture is always so that his tummy is going out and in like a diaphragm, like a bellows, something like a bellows. And that's the way you should breathe. And then you'll take less breaths per minute that way than you will be on short breaths, because in short breaths you can't get enough air breathing short breaths to sustain the body. But long, deep breathing, rhythmic breathing, and then you'll find that your whole physical well-being and mental well-being and everything will change for the better. Someone handed me yesterday a little clipping out of a paper when we talk of meditation. And this party asked me, he says, well, how can one do that? In this clipping was a yogi sitting in a hermetically sealed dome-like thing. You could see through it, you could see him in there. And he was in this hermetically sealed, no air or anything, and he was sitting there in the deepest state of meditation, and he expected to be there for 4 months. Well, this party said, well, how can anybody do that without eating or drinking? And I said, well, in the deepest state of meditation, the way the yogis do that is that they become in their, while they're not breathing and not eating, in the deepest state of meditation, you don't need that. You live without air, you can live without food, water, and anything else. And so there he is in a hermetically sealed container, you might say. And still he's more alive than he would be if he was eating and breathing and breathing and eating food or drinking water. So as you learn to meditate, you will learn how to take the pranic energy and separate it from atmosphere or air, and that's what you want to get anyway, because in food you take it by way of, we'll say, the carrot or the turnip or the cabbage or lettuce or whatever the item is. All you're doing, the physical body and digestion is to extract pranic energy from the plant itself. But yogis learn how to, and especially those of you who have been initiated in Kriya Yoga, you've been given the technique so that you can live on less food and you won't want it, you won't need it. And besides, you'll begin to give up or renounce the heavier proteins of the animal proteins, such as pork and beef and like that, and veal. And you won't be able to, because you'll sensitize your body to the extent that you can't use it. Your body will reject it. Well, after a while, a time will come, and maybe in the next century, that most people are spiritual devotees, or those that aspire to higher phases in consciousness will learn how to replace the heavy proteins with the finer proteins, and and that allows one's mind to be more, get into understanding and wisdom, and a lot easier than it would be if you didn't take care of the food intake. So all in yoga, everything is necessary that is taught, because it will eventually help you to get into deeper states of meditation. And you'll find in the next century that many people will do with very, very little food, and they'll be more vital and active and healthy and than anyone else that lives the other way. So there is a new way of life for you through the science of yoga, if you'll only get into it and follow some of its practices, and you'll get immediate benefit from it, I can assure you. So when you sit quiet with your body, you don't need to breathe a lot. You won't breathe as many breaths per minute as you do while you're active. That would make common sense. So with your body sitting still and quiet in posture, moving, you don't move the hands or fingers, the feet or the toes or the legs or the arms. You don't need to have to fight for so much pranic force or life force to sustain you. And then your breathing, it will become slower and rhythmic, and then the mind being connected, inseparably connected with the mind, it'll begin to quiet the mind. Ultimately, you will find yourself just like jumping off of a high cliff into the ocean. You'll just find yourself in a great ocean of peace and bliss and happiness and joy. It is already here around us all, regardless of what condition we're in. All we need to do is learn how to get into it. And you do that through meditation, through relaxation, freeing the mind from all of its desires, thoughts, worries, and cares, which is a focal point of attention and attentions. And when you free the mind from all those things, then you'll begin to get happy. You begin to feel a sense of well-being and a joy. It'll come in many, many different ways and aspects. Yogis learn to gain peace of mind. And peace of mind is gained by relaxing the mind and freeing the mind from all of its desires, thoughts, worries, and cares. The outgoing energies through the functioning of the five senses is our problem. Like the hand when it's with its five fingers. They represent, we'll say the fingers represent seeing, feeling, hearing, tasting, and smelling. And when these outgoing energies are withdrawn back into the mind, like closing the fingers into the hand, you create a fist. And that's the idea of meditation. Successful meditation is depends on your ability to take away your attention from outside stimuli or objects of attention or your desires, thoughts, worries, and cares, and let go, cut them loose, so that the five senses which constitutes the conscious mind, and then it can be folded back into the subconscious mind or the superconscious mind. And we have to get into that area of consciousness before we find our ultimate goal of peace, bliss, and happiness. So this morning, now that we have taken posture, lift your eyes and focus their attention at the mid-spot between the eyebrows. Now that is another thing that yoga teaches, that if you learn to concentrate steadily there without blinking the eyes, even although your eyelids cover your eyeballs, you keep your attention fixed there, and that helps to pull the mind away from objects of the senses, or even after a while you'll forget that you pull away from your own body, because we're all attached to the body. In we're in a state of body consciousness, and we'll forget that even. So all at once we'll just eventually and slowly, by degrees merge into the ocean of spirit. Our true nature is spirit, not flesh, bones, muscle, and skin. Our nature is spirit. When we lose this body, all we do is we won't change as far as our real self is concerned. We just lose the body and we just jump into the ocean. And we can see and understand that after we've gone through, broken through the darkness that covers closed eyes. The darkness that you see is nothing but a muddled up mind, and one that is out of control, a wayward mind, because it hasn't been trained to reorient itself so that the mind can become one-pointed, and then the darkness that covers the mind is destroyed, and then we find ourselves in a great dazzling ocean of light that permeates the universe. Like nectar streams, it's boundless love, filling the hearts of men with joy. The very thought of His compassion sends a thrill through every limb. How can one fittingly describe Him? Through His abounding grace, the bitter sorrows of this life are all forgotten instantly. On every side, on land below and sky above, beneath the seas, in every region of this earth, men seek Him tirelessly. Now let us keep our gaze steady at the point between the eyebrows. Let your breathing slow down as it will if you relax, and just relax, 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 and rest. We need rest. Rest in peace. Relax, relax.
Beloved Lord, work through me the work of truth. Keep me busy serving all my brothers and sisters, forever casting seeds of love for thee on the soil of seeking souls. Keep my feet ever moving on the pathway of right action. Lead me from the dark ignorance to thy light of wisdom. Lead me from temporary pleasures to thine ever-new joy within. Make my love thy love, that I may enjoy all things as thou dost.
Namo Namaste. Nama Prastadata Prishtataste. Namostute. Sarvata Eva Happy New Year and Namaste.